Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm sorry about that. I had a pretty good weekend. Yeah, I did live art with my boy. That was really fun. Yesterday was just relaxing. I finished up an album cover for a band that now wants all these changes, which is which is okay. But the problem with changes, usually you're working with a budget, some sort of good morning, Marlo, good morning. Is that when you do thumbnails, remember we talked about, you guys watching yesterday, usually when you work with a client that you do a thumbnail, they have a description, whatever, you write down all the main things that they want in their album cover, there's a budget, right? And what the budget usually refers to is the amount of time that I'm going to put into the piece, right? It's like you can go to a mechanic and say, hey, I have an oil change. You're going to get an oil change or the transmission, right? So you're not going to go to a mechanic and say, hey, fix my transmission for the price of an oil change, right? No, you're not going to do that. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't know how to really work with artists or people that are freelancing. So the most important thing for anybody to know is time. You're paying for time, right? So if the budget's X amount, and then once you give your client the end result, but we all agreed what the thumbnail's going to be, the main elements, what it's going to be. It might be a few things that, as the artist view, it might have got a little mixed up. So, you do your changes to make them as happy as possible. But then they go and they see it, and then they do all these other changes that they want. That's going to take a whole entire day to figure out. And then you hit them with another price. Like, yeah, man, you gotta pay for that. A lot of people have an issue with that concept. I think because this is what you agreed upon. All the other changes should be just free. Yeah, it's like once again, you're not going to go to a mechanics and they say, hey, man, this is the list of things going to be wrong with it. You're like, all right, we'll do the first three to keep my car going, but the other three, if I have the extra money, we can do it for later. Kind of like the same concept when you're working with an artist. So dealing with that, and then laundry and all the other good stuff, and just resting, right? Just focusing and having one day for yourself. But yeah, so anywho, so it's good to see all you guys. Hope everybody's doing good, man. Try to make this interesting for you. But I think more and more, just like talking to everybody, and then working on these sketches, because longer as time goes by, and the realization of of heartbreak, it definitely time is healing. And once again, the only thing with this whole healing is that you're just getting used to that person not being in your life and not talking with them, and all the things you normally do with that individual. And then as as you sit by yourself, as more often, you start really thinking like, hey man, did this person really love me in the first place? And then obviously not, which is a kind of a shame. I mean, I loved you at one point, but so you go with that. All right, what am I doing now? Enough yammering. Nobody wants to watch me talk. All right. So I might need to do a couple of these today. Yeah, so hope everybody had a good weekend. Yeah, but once I get, like I say, usually every day I have like an idea that pops in my head, or a few of them, And I think this is a fun practice. Once again, I'm slowly fading out of the heartbreak thing, because once again, I'm not gonna sit here and dwell on it. But I think as an artist, it's my responsibility. And I was talking to a few of my friends yesterday. My buddy Dave and G from Art Temple my crew, my pillars, my good dear friends of mine. They were having a conversation about, the responsibility as an artist. We have to go and dig deep into our emotions and pull out our truths and represent them. Because what's the point, right? If you're creating something, what's the point if you're not creating from the heart and soul? I guess if you're creating for money, which, unfortunately, most of us do that because we have to pay bills. But your personal work, man, should definitely reflect who you are as a spirit. So we had a cool conversations with that, and we all kind of unapologetically do what we do because that's our goal, man. That's our responsibility as artists. Same like comedians, they will speak the truth. It's the funniest thing about great comedians, they can make truth, the horrors of life, very comical. It's the beauty of them. That's the magic. So I think the same thing with us artists. We have a responsibility to do that, right? So, yeah. And once again, I have a bunch of other ideas that are not all heartbreak. This is, once again, I'm just doing this just because it's a strong emotion that I've been working through. And like I say, every day it definitely gets easier. Surround yourself by a bunch of amazing people that truly love you. That's important. Like I don't have to not be myself around my friends. That's really important. New people, I've got to curve it a little bit. I know I'm a little much at times. But, yeah. Or reconnect with old friends. I've been doing that a lot. That's been really cool. That's been a lot of fun. That's been a blessing. And making new ones. Like I say, one door closes, a few other doors open up. That's the truth. So yeah, I've been meeting some really, really cool people, and giving me opportunity. That's another kind of fun thing. Now I'm like, all right, well, if I don't have this individual in my life anymore, which totally sucks, but you're like, oh, we gotta look at all the positive stuff. Like now I could go, I can hang out with anybody I want without having feel guilty about it with some sort of weird insecurities on the other party, which was ridiculous. Super ridiculous to be insecure with somebody you supposedly love. But yeah, so I can hang out and do whatever I want, and not have to, not have to say, oh, this is so and so. I've never slept with so and so, but I'm gonna hang out with so and so. But you can trust me with so and so. I can't do any of that. It's exhausting, super exhausting. And then after a while, you think oh, maybe that person was just projecting their insecurities on you because maybe that's what they were doing. But yeah. So I have a lot of festivals being lined up. I'm doing at the end of the month. I'm going back to Texas to do live art for my friend Brian, Ossuary Industries. It's Building Temples from Death Fest. So if anybody out in Houston, amazing I get to see one of my favorite old school death metal bands. Brutality is going to be headlining. Super excited about that. And a bunch of other great bands. My boys in so many great bands and so many friends I haven't seen in a long time. But guys in Dehumanize, they're a freaking hoot and holler. Looking forward to making new friends and seeing some old ones I haven't seen. Houston, Texas, you guys are awesome. A lot of good stuff in Texas. A lot of great people in Texas too, man. It's funny living in California. There's always mixed emotions. People talk a lot of talk a lot of smack about Texas, man. Well, Texas is cool to me. I got nothing but love for it, and definitely would like to travel more this year. Definitely a goal of mine. Trying to get everything kind of dialed in. Holidays are a little tough because it's the holidays, And you got little ones. I got little kids, so do the Halloween and Christmas and all that stuff. So, but yeah, and also I'm gonna be throwing some more art parties. I think that's gonna be my thing. I like that idea. I have a lot of cool creative friends I never get to hang out with. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw art parties so I have an excuse to hang out with all my creative friends because I have a ton of them. But we never hang out. I've known them for years. I've known a lot of you guys for over a decade now, and we never hang out. I just see each other like at shows, you know, or in passing, but mainly shows. And we always follow each other and like each other's work. So it's like, well, why don't we hang out and do it together? Way more fun, you know. So, yeah, if anybody have any questions, you know, please shoot them out there. Or not. You can just, you know, you can just watch me do this. Like I said, I was going to put some music on, but I don't want to get it pulled because I'm going to eventually, I download these videos and I put them up on my YouTube channel. I don't want YouTube to pull any of these stuff. And I don't want to be like replaying like my band's music over and over again. That'd be boring. So I'll try to fill up the dead space with my voice. And if you don't like it, you just mute it. Right? And the beauty of technology. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, like I say, very interesting to, as time passes out, like post relationship, to really sit and, you know, realize like, man, that person doesn't want nothing to do with you anymore. That's pretty heavy because I've never had anybody. Well, I have a few people in the past, but I never really cared for them that much. But never like to ever talk to you or ever want to have anything to do with you, and they're happy that you're not with them. Like that's pretty intense. You know, that doesn't make anybody feel good. You're like, wow, you're happy without me in your life. Jeez, you're pretty. You know, you fooled me when we're together. Goodness. So, but like I say, you know, if you're not happy with somebody, then, you know, definitely you move on. I was in another relationship for a long period of time. You know, her and I both, I know we weren't very happy together. But you know, still love each other, I think. I still love her. But yeah, it's very, yeah, like I say, man, life is the strangest trip I've ever been on. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, then once again, a few other friends that are going through heartbreak as well. So I'm like, oh, you know what? You know, these little drawings going to be for all you guys as well. Heartbreak sucks. It's so unforgiving. You know, it's very confusing. You know. Yeah. Can we see? If we can see it okay? All right. Hey, Dave, good morning, my man. Yeah, your daughter's paintings are awesome. It's cool that she's doing them. And my friend Dave Thomas, good friend of mine, known since high school, has showed me some of his daughter's paintings yesterday, which is great. Yeah, I highly encourage all you parents out there, pull the plug on video games, social media. Spend some time with your kids, man. Do art or anything that's other than guys looking at a monitor. God, terrible, man. I'm glad I grew up in the 80s. We had toys and dirt, playing some dirt, man. Just to do anything other than just sit and watch TV. God, it breaks my. Yeah, when you go to restaurants. Next time you go to a restaurant and see people, you know, and hanging out with people, just observe. Just look at all the families that just sitting there looking at their and I get it, man. It's, you know, not everybody's super entertaining, and you know, the internet and social media and all that stuff is a lot more entertaining than sitting there kind of chit-chatting when you have nothing to talk about. I totally get it. But if you can force yourselves at least to bring up some questions and engage. I know sometimes I get caught up as well with my children, you know, looking at likes or videos, some kind of fun videos. But, you know, like my son, he just mentioned that he's into sea creatures now. Like he's really into ocean. So I'm like, all right, so I'm trying to find like a lot of videos and, you know, neat things for him and I to share. And, you know, and try to really get into his interests and talk about it and talk about the ocean. And so it's kind of fun. To find a place where she can do art like one of those painting places. I wonder if, oh, my buddy Dave. Well, Dave, you can just, you know, you don't need a place to do art, my friend. You just need a spot. You know, so you go, like I say, I'm doing art on a table. If you can find a place to eat, wherever that would be, you can find a place to do art. I have a few friends also tell me, oh, I have no space to do artwork. I'm like, you got an outside, don't you? You have a park. You can go to a park. But for the kids, yeah, Dave, I'm not too sure. I'm sure you can probably go online, do a kids' crafts and painting class type thing. It's got to be some sort of at a park, regional center, or Parks and Recreation. There's got to be something there. I know there's got to be something there. You know, or at some point, maybe I can get, you know, once again, space is kind of hard to do. It'd be kind of fun just to bring all my friends and their kids. Once again, an excuse to hang out with my friends because I never get to see all, and my family. I have a lot of family that have kids too. I never get to see all my beautiful souls, and I miss all you guys. Maybe I should maybe we should all just go to a park, right? During the day, it's free sunlight. I got a bunch of paints. I can go down, get a bunch of paints, and then we'll just have an art party at the park with the kids. How's that sound? And once they get bored, because kids get bored, you know, we'll bring water balloons, and then they can go run around like a bunch of maniacs, because, you know, that's what kids are, mini maniacs. Bless their little hearts. Yeah, we might do that. Yeah, so, you know, thanks, Dave. Another little bit of inspiration. Maybe I'll just set up an art date. I have my kids every other weekend, so I'll just do that. My son's, once again, super proud of my boy. Killing it doing live art this weekend. Crushed it. So proud. So, I think I charged him up to do more paintings, so I think I'm just going to do that. And maybe we'll do that maybe once a month. We'll find a park, and then it'll just be a painting party for all the kids and adults. You know, you can get those canvases for next to nothing. Like at Hobby Lobby and Aaron Brothers always have those deals. I think I got 5 canvases, the 16 by 20. I want to say like $20 maybe $10. And you got a coupon, you know, buy a few of those. I mean, they're cheap canvases, but I'm also gonna show you guys. I want to make a bunch of fun videos for everybody. A bunch of how-to videos, because those canvases are cheap, and you can press on them. If you just push lightly on them, they'll rip. But I'm gonna show you a way you can get some paper, and you can get some varnish or polymer emulsion, and then put the paper behind the canvas, so it makes the canvas a lot stronger. So it doesn't, you know, over time it doesn't rip and decay. So, because I started some of those live art pieces on those cheaper canvases, and then one of them ripped. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, give you guys my secrets, right? Why not? Because when I was a kid, I had to spend a lot of money going to a bunch of different art schools to figure out a bunch of stuff, and I know not everybody's got the time or budget or dedication to figure out those type of problems. So, yeah. So, Dave, we will do that. How's that? And then I get to see all my friends, and I get to meet my friends' kids. Like I say, I got a lot of your friends I haven't seen in a long time. I just know your babies through social media, but I've never met them, so it'd be kind of fun just to see what their little personalities are like. And who doesn't like doing art? at the park. Man, we live in Southern California. One of the coolest things about living here is our weather, and parks are free to go to. And they have restrooms. And they have places for kids to play. Like, why haven't we been doing this sooner? What's going on? Yeah. Yeah, so. Yeah, I hope you guys are going to have a good week. Yeah, hopefully my week could be good. I got to finish up this cover. Hopefully, me and the client can figure out exactly what they want and have a compromise to get that done. And I'm working on a beer label. So I'm pretty excited. It'll be my second or third beer label. Divine Science Brewery. A really cool guy, Bob, I met at I did a live. There's a festivals called Apollo Gathering a few years back. I met this cool guy, Bob, that was throwing it, and so now I'm doing his label. See, it's good to get outside, you guys. It's good to not always be locked in your house. Get out in the world, man. Meet some people. A lot of great people out there. I have met definitely, from the bottom of my heart, I have met more great people than a-holes. Hands down. So that's why it gets me upset when I rarely watch the news, but when I do watch the news, how it's always so fearful. Doom and gloom and murderers and people dying and Jesus. When you go out in the real world, you're like, that's not, yeah, sure. It's like that at times, but not most of the time. Not like 99.9% of the time. For me, anyways, not saying it doesn't exist. It's just me cruising around the world. But yeah. All right. Yeah. So like I say, I hope some of these pieces of artwork help some of you. Like I said, I just found out a good old friend of mine, and she's going through some problems. I had a lot of good friends, old friends I haven't seen in a long time, going through some stuff. It saddens me because they're such wonderful humans. And you're like, aw, they don't love you too. Like nobody loves us good souls. Why is that? Oh well. I guess people just like drama. Maybe that's what it is. I try to avoid it as much as possible. Like I say, life is hard by default. You know? What the hell you want to make more drama for? Jesus. You're dying at the end of this. You might as well enjoy it. Paying bills, that's drama alone. Why'd you add drama to people's lives? Oh, especially if you can avoid it. Yeah. Have kids. You want drama in your life? Have kids. How about that? You want drama in your life? Just wait. Just wait there. Age will get you. There's drama. Your health goes out. There's your drama. But if you love somebody and you're just giving them drama, that's not love, man. Don't stress people out. Really, don't do that. If I stress anybody out, please call me out on it. I'll definitely change my behavior. That's not what I want. I don't want anybody to say I'm stressing them out. Or you can do like my ex did, just cut me out. Do that. Yeah, whatever works. If you want to work through it, I guess you could just do the coward's way of just cutting out and ignoring it. You can do that too. It seems to be the common way of dealing with people's problems and issues. Ignoring it and shove it under the rug. That's kind of funny. But, yeah. Communication, I'll make sure everybody has good amounts of communication. I have another friend we were talking yesterday on the phone. saying that she wasn't communicating with another person in her life. That it's really key, man. Especially if you're dealing with emotions. If you're dealing with, I mean, especially if in relationships, it has to do with physically connecting with each other. You know, I think everybody needs to stop treating each other like they're disposable. That's pretty tough, man. I think everybody has a lot of self-doubt already built in and rejection already. Most people are fighting. And you don't need to add to that, man. Make it real clear, crystal clear in your guys' intentions when you're hanging out with each other. And like, what do you want from each other, right? You want to just be friends, cool, just be friends. If you want to be lovers, make that, don't make it all weird. Just, be truthful, everybody. It's okay. Truth sets you free, right? So then it's not all super confusing and, have conversations. It's good to talk, And also another thing I learned in my last relationship, texting should only for information, not conversation. I can tell you how many fights we got over stupid messages and texting. Ridiculous. Yeah, just video chat. If you want to talk, just video chat. That's fine. I'd much rather do that than sitting there. Because I draw most of the time and I can't type and draw. Oh, Anthony, what's up? Oh, love you, brother. Shoot, man. Anthony from my man from TNA Leather, ultra talented human being. Yeah, if you guys are ever in Ventura, please go visit his shop. It's amazing, actually, super inspiring. Just yeah, Anthony and Todd, they're both beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirits. Please go visit them, support them, because they work really hard and they're really good people. And I'm all about supporting the good people in life, because it seems like the world shits on the good people. But we stay good because we know it's better to be good than, falling into that trap. So, yeah, you guys, thank you. Once again, thank you for watching these. I try to make him once again, it's hard to make drawings exciting to watch. But yeah, I think the subject matter is what's important, right, guys? Because we're all dealing with, even if it's not loss of a relationship, even loss of a loved one, like if they pass away. I have some really good ones too. I have a really nice painting I'd love to get to at some point. When my grandfather passed away, it's actually one of my favorite thumbnails I've done. And it's going to be a nice big painting, but the hard part about doing my own personal work, I have to take time to do it, and which is very difficult because I have to work. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I still get work doing art, but unfortunately, it's hard to sell personal work. A lot of people like it, but nobody wants to buy it, which I totally understand. It's easier to take a screenshot of an image than let alone really support the artist, which is kind of brutal. It's like, yeah, I'll just download the album as opposed to buying it because I like the artist so much. I'm just going to steal from them. Yeah, but, it's the way of the artist. But it's okay. It's not going to stop me from doing it. But at one point, I will do it because the images constantly pops in my head, and I think once it's done, it'll just make me happy, right? And we're here on life just to make yourself happy, man. Like I've tried and tried and tried to make others happy. I've really tried hard. And it's funny because when you do it and they're happy just for a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go back to doing what I do, which makes me happy, and then you're considered selfish. You're like, oh, okay, well, this is gonna be a never-ending battle. So I'm gonna just do my happiness. And if I radiate happiness and love and light, maybe the other people around me will feel that and experience, and then they'll be happy. But the person I'm usually in relations with are not happy, which is strange. They're only happy if they can get your attention and time all the time. And which is, to me, is selfish. No? Am I wrong? I think that's selfish. Yeah. Only thing I want is people's happiness. Just to be happy. However that is. Not if it's self-destructing, though. I'm not, don't do that. Yes, Dave. Thomas. Dave, yeah, I'm in Covina, man. Talked about that. Yeah, I live in Covina. In the COV, baby. In the COV. I'm trying to blow my town up, sucker. But, yeah. Yeah. So another lesson learned. God, so many great lessons in this post relationship. So many great lessons, man. It's once again, once you get past all the heartache and the rejection, and that person doesn't want to not even talk to you or see you again, which is very strange. But once you get through all that, and start to not focus on them so much and just pull it in all on yourself. Here it is so far. Look, not too bad, right? Oh, your little heart. Oh, it's all busted. I know they're kind of getting to be the same, but I don't know, it's kind of fun. Talking and drawing at the same time, a little difficult. So, actually, yeah. So I'm trying to make it entertaining. What did I say? Oh, yeah. A lot of cool things I've learned, but so for relationship advice, if I can give any, is that you people individually really need to figure out what your happiness is. Don't depend on somebody else to make you happy, man. If they add your happiness, awesome. But don't ever put that responsibility on any one individual to make you happy all the time. That's a terrible responsibility to put on anybody you supposedly love. Terrible. Go do things that you guys makes you guys happy together, and also, give that person time to themselves. You gotta love yourself up, man. A lot of relationships that they're the couples together all the time, 24/7. That's not healthy at all. Because I don't know if they're doing it because they don't trust each other alone. That's not good either. Like, if you don't trust your partner by themselves, you are in a red flag relationship. You need to either work on yourself, work on it, or get out. Don't live like that. You put a lot of pressure on the individual. You don't trust them. And honestly, really, the sad truth, don't trust anybody. I don't care how long you've been with them. Just because it's sad, it's super sad to say, but you're definitely going to be replaced. It happened to me a few times, and it definitely will happen to you. Because there's someone, always better, right? There's someone always better. But there's no one like you, so remember that one. No, you're the only person like you ever existed on this planet. And it makes you freaking super special and super awesome. And don't ever forget it. And I love you guys. If no one loves you, if you need a little love, you just let me know. I love you up hard. That's what I do. But I can't love you up all the time, though. It's like a fountain. I can give you a little drink, but, you're not going to have the whole well. I think it's what some people get confused with too, Like, I had my ex-girlfriend say, I give good hugs, man. I love giving hugs. Hugs are really important. And I remember she mentioned that that I give good hugs to everybody. I'm like, well, yeah, because I love everybody. And she was really upset about that. She said, well, I thought I got that. I'm like, well, you get other special qualities from me that other people don't get. But a good hug, man, it's important. I think it's the most important. Then you realize, for me, I can tell how much a person. Oh, I love you, Josh, you magnificent man, my boy, Josh Smith, another super talented, amazing human being chiming in. Yeah, but hugs are really important, just in general, because you can tell how much somebody really likes you or not. You know, I always have this conversation with people all the time about hugs. You know, yeah, hugs are magical, man. Give a good hug. Give a hug that you mean it, like you're happy to see that individual. And if not, just high five or handshake or the fist bump, whatever. But man, you give a hug to somebody, you commit. The worst when you hug somebody and they put their head away from you and like their body kind of away from you, making it all super uncomfortable. You're like, oh, just give me a middle finger. Just do that. Jesus, make me feel a little weird. I'm gonna make another one, guys. How's that? I'm gonna do two of them because I'm enjoying this. And plus, this one, boy, we gotta sign it, right? Gotta sign it. Yeah, this wasn't actually the one I wanted to do. I just started talking and kind of lost my idea, and my hand just made this one. Oh, Jade, I also sent you that logo that you wanted. Yeah, him and Josh and I could be doing a bunch of live art shows together, which I'm very, very excited about. Super fun to have a friend that shares the same passion. Very, very blessed to have Josh in my life now. Once again, we were talking about earlier about one door closes, another door opens. Well, we're kicking down this door, guys. We're gonna do a bunch of fun, rad stuff, and so yeah. And if you guys have an opportunity to come out, come out. Man, most of the shows we're gonna do are gonna be free. Come hang out with some artists, man. And if we're ever doing live art and any of you guys want to join in, come let us know. I'll make room for another artist. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys and making art and talking and laughing and BSing. I love it, man. So, it's an open invitation to everybody. We're all, it's funny, we're all connected through social media, but what's way cooler than that? Seeing each other face to face. Way cooler. So, yeah. Oh, I don't even know what to title this one. That's the most fun. Anybody want to help me title this piece? Once again, this kind of just came out. I wasn't even thinking about this. This wasn't the one I originally wanted to do. I don't know. I don't know what to view this one as, but let's see. We'll title it. Yeah. Yeah, we are. That's right, Josh. Josh, we're going to remind people who we are and how special you really are. I never liked album covers without the art. Agreed. Yeah, right? A good album cover. Oh, it's priceless. I bought so many albums just because of the album covers. I mean, half my collection is because of the artwork. I figured if the music isn't any good, it's artwork is bitching. But yeah, plus also it's good to do yeah, show up closer again if you could. Oh, of course, Dave. I'm sorry. Here you go. Yeah. I know it's the glare because graphite has flat plates on a molecular level, so that's why it gets shining. So when the light doesn't, it kind of reflects off. You see how it gets reflective? Yeah, because they're plates. It's plates that lay on top of each other. So that's why sometimes it's hard to photograph or scan in a graphite drawing, and especially if you get really dark with it. But yeah, on different angles. So, but anywho, back to if you have an opportunity to see an artist live, go hang out, go chit chat with them. We all like to talk. I mean, if you ever meet a live artist that doesn't want to be bothered, which there's a few of them out there. they shouldn't be outside painting. They should just stay in their studio. But for me, I love it. I love interacting with people. I love answering questions, you know, because it's a rare moment. When you ever just walk around a show or a festival and all of a sudden you see a bunch of badasses working, you know, and I would say 9.5% of the times, none of us getting paid to do it. We just do it for the love of it. Oh, I don't know how many hundreds of these live art shows I've done. Never got paid, you know, which is fine. I'm not looking to get paid, but it'd be nice to get your gas paid for, or parking, or food, or, you know, or at least get a friend in. Let's see. How about mending heart? How about just mending? Mending? Is that good? Did I spell it right? Mending? That's a good title for it, right? Mending? Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with it. It's kind of where I'm at with this relationship. This whole post-breakup, you know. Hard to put invest any more emotions into somebody that doesn't care about you. That's yeah, not doing that. Not giving that person any more power. But definitely using this as a impetus to be more productive, be more me. All right, guys, we'll do 2 of them, right? Yeah. I don't know how long this thing's going on, but let's do another one. Yeah, mending, right? Isn't that a good one? Yeah. Okay. I think I spelled it right? Mending. I'm terrible at spelling. Especially now when you could just talk in your phone. Ugh. English language, so difficult. Math, too. Not good. History and art, I'm really good at. A little bit of sciences, I'm okay. But, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. I think I want to do something similar to this one. I don't know. It's funny. I already have the name for this piece because sometimes just the titles will come first. And then the image, right? I just have to laugh that, the whole situation's kind of funny. See, I laugh at people, how ridiculous most people are. Including myself. You have to almost have laughed at yourself. Grown man, this upset over our relationship is pretty hilarious. But you know what? I think it's just the loss of like a really good, a really person you cared for. It's weird. It's weird because it almost feels like a death, but that that person's alive. And it's even like it's almost cruel. It's like, oh, you don't, and then they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to say how you're doing. Like they don't even care. You're like, man, I didn't think I did anything that bad. Like, I should have done something real bad. Just sort of makes more sense of the whole situation. Yeah, it's like a death. Yeah, when you have a break, if somebody breaks up with you that you really, really, really cared about. Like, really cared about, man. Like, yeah, it's what it feels like in my heart. Just a death. Like, that part of me is just dead. Or it's dying, like. Yeah, another thing I don't like about it, every time you think about the individual, you're just like, oh, now it just brings up, like, pain. and had a lot of really good times with this person too. And it's like, I can't even think about those times. Not right now, maybe later on. But you're like, every time I think about it, I might even this thing might go on for like 3 hours. I might just keep going. I have like 4 or 5 more sketches I would like to do about this. The worst thing about it is it can't get them out of your head. That is I mean, I totally understand why people drink and people do drugs to forget, right? I totally get it. But that's just coward's way out, man. I ain't doing none of that. I'm just dealing with it. And once again, I'm very lucky to have art. I can express it, and I truly believe everybody has that ability, even if it doesn't have to be all rad. Once again, I'm showing everybody these sketches just because they're just sketches. They're not full renderings. I'm enjoying the process of it. That's the whole point of doing stuff when you're going through anything. It's just process of it, man. Like I ain't worried about anatomy all perfect. I can do that later, whatever. I'm sure there's be a bunch of artists that get a nitpick at all this. Go ahead, I don't care. But yeah, I really hope more people that going through some tragedy like this. Um, yeah, if I do anything for people, if I could do anything, if anything, don't, because it's easy, man, to go down that dark path, that abyss of sadness. It's effortless. It's super. It's actually. It's not even effortless. It just happens. Even if you don't want, like I say, man, at times I don't want to think about this person every day. Worse is when you're sleeping and you wake up, all of a sudden they're the first thing you think about, and then you can't go back to sleep. Thus, morning sketches. Ugh. Mm-hmm. And you're just thinking, man, this person's not happy. I mean, they're happy without you in their lives, and who else do they have in their lives making them happy? Because if you're not making them happy, someone else is going to make them happy. You know. Yeah. Yeah, Jay. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's intense, man. But, it's just going to make me love harder. How's that? That's all it's going to do. It's going to give me time to love up a bunch of other people that, that deserve and be happy that I'm in their lives. Right? I just want to be around people that are happy that I'm in their lives. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to. I mean, once again, this whole disappointment thing, I'm really tired of people being so disappointed. It's kind of tough. Because once again, I'm just doing the best I can, what I got. And I know I ain't perfect, but I'm trying. You guys can't say I'm not trying. Yeah, that's true. That's the hard. Well, isn't that the hardest thing to do? Is love yourself, right? No one hates me more than me. I tell you that. Yeah, no one. It's funny when somebody just put you down. You're like, oh man, I got way better put downs on me than what anybody else can come up with. But yeah. Yeah. So this one, I thought about it the day before yesterday, and this one's gonna be titled "Holding It Together," right? Because that's what we got to do, holding it together, and also be in the mental practice of letting go. That's a hard one too. That's what I like about Burning Man. It reminds you nothing's forever. Everything's temporary, which is super, super true. Like I say, I lost my grandma a few years back. Hardest thing I had to deal with, even to this day, still hard. Um, but it made me really appreciate the time I do have with people. Really try to like be present in the moment, which is very, you know, very powerful. I think that's why I still get excited and happy, and when I get to hang out with people or do things, because I know it's temporary. Everything's temporary. It also makes you sad because a lot of things you really like and enjoy are just gone. You know, yeah. Well, and also tough, especially when you find somebody that you really connect with on all sorts of levels. It's so rare. And then that person's gone. And the worst part about it, they don't want you in their lives. That's what makes it hard. You're like, oh, what? I messed up that bad? Really? We couldn't have worked it out? But it's okay. Once again, I'm not for everybody. And I'll get a little tense in times, but I am working on it. So, you know, do the best we can when we can. So, yeah. Yeah. I like, you know what I also like? I like this. I like this idea of a broken heart around them. It's so much fun. Let's play some World of Uncanny. I don't even know what that is, Dave. Actually, video games. I stopped playing video games. If that's a game, I love video games. That's the problem. I love it so much that I just escape life, and so things I've given up is drinking and video games. Yeah, just so I can spend more time making art and doing other things. I love video games. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking video games. They're so amazing. God, this at this point too. Oh my goodness, they're mind blowing. All the artwork, and I mean, I get really impressed with the worlds that they build, like the lands. But yeah. Once again, man, I'll spend freaking days on them, and then at the end of it, you're like, oh, what do I have to show for it? So I try to explain to my son at the moment. It's like, yeah, Bubby, you can play video games. They're awesome, but 4 days later, what do you have to show for it? Like if I can show you guys another video or some paintings or some drawings or some more music, when I'm dead and gone, which will be at some point, at least you guys have something to look back on. If anybody cares, like, oh yeah, this guy did a couple things. That's kind of my goal. Like I played enough of them in my youth, and then after I beat every game, you're like, all right, what? I don't even get like a free T-shirt or a sticker. I don't get anything. And now they always want you to play with other people online. That's just not me. I don't like playing with other people. I just like the story mode and my own little world. I don't want 12-year-olds to come keep taking me out when I'm trying to play a game. But World of Uncanny. Thinking high school. You talking about the game? The game? The one Matt Ritchie and is that what we're talking about, Dave? The game we made? Myself plays good. Oh well, Dave. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a different level, buddy. Yeah, no, I get it, man. Trust me. There's a lot of people get paid a lot of money to play video games these days. I get it. I'm not knocking it, but I don't have the time to do that. I don't have time to be a pro at any video game. But yeah, I know there's Twitch, right? Isn't that the TV or like some sort of a show that people can watch other people play video games, which is right there the downfall of man. If you're watching other people play video games and you're paying for it, yeah, I don't want my kids involved with that at all. I'd much rather have my kids play the game and have other people pay for them. They're not gonna. I hate when my kids are watching other people open up gifts. It just it's something insidious about that in my heart. I'm not into it. Oh yeah, the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The game. Yeah, me and some friends in high school. My buddy Matt Ritchie and a couple other of my friends. Yeah, in high school we did our own version of a Dungeons and Dragons game. Super fun. Oh, it was great. And we had our own we used dice for fighting. You roll the dice like you'd make each character. Speaking of which, my buddy Dave, so bringing it up to anybody. So yeah, each race would have different races. So each one of them would have like different types of fighting. Some will just only have like a couple, or some will have more how advanced they were. And so you just like roll the dice and see what kind of moves they would do. Oh, so much fun. It was cool because it kept us busy and kept us out of getting in trouble. I think we're like seventh, eighth, to ninth grade. I did for like 3 years, and it was just a spin-off Dungeons and Dragons. We just made our own version of it with I guess they just had dice to instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna strike them with a sword. It's like, no, man, you can do a killing move. Anyways, my friend Dave was talking about the game, and that we didn't have no name for it, so we just call it the game. But yeah, so that was a good time. Yeah, Dave bringing me back. That's hilarious. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely some of the best times, buddy. Like I say, I'm glad we had that, so we didn't fall into like doing drugs and drinking at a young age. It kept us focused. You know, that's what it is, right? We just got together and made art. Oh, that's all I want to do. That's really all I want to do in my entire life. And I get in relationships with women and they think I'm joking around. They think I just do it once in a great while. It's like, no, I want to do this all the time. Like, I don't mind watching TV or a movie or something once in a while. I get it, but no. I want to be creative. I want to make things. At the end of the day, I want to look back like, oh, cool, look what we made. I don't want to be bitching and complaining. I don't want to say you're not spending enough time with me. Whatever it is. And unfortunately, I know I'm never going to find that in a person. So it's kind of sad. I find it in a bunch of other people, but have one individual, no. That's not already taken. Yeah, the odds of that are, fuck, I should just play the lotto. I'll be, I'll win that more so I'll find somebody that's down for the cause to do art. Anyways, yeah, it's okay. Like I say, man, it's give me time to hang out with other people that would actually like to hang out with me and make stuff. Yeah, yeah, make things, guys. Make stuff. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, if you make things, it'll make you happy. No matter what the end result is, don't get caught up on the end result. Just be proud that you actually made something. I guess so many people hang out. Oh, I don't like the way it looks. You think I like the way any of my artwork looks? No, absolutely not. Trust me. Most of the things I make, I don't like. That's why I don't even have an art book, because I really don't like a lot of my work. But I like doing it. So, which I know I have to get out of that mindset too. I gotta get all this stuff together. Yeah, because I know there's other people that do like my work, and why am I depriving them of having a collection and their collection of other artists, right? Yeah, yeah, holding it together, right? And that we're trying to do, guys, not to bust from the seams of life. That's what I'm trying to do. How's this one? That one cool? This one cool? I know they're real simple. I know I get more elaborate with backgrounds and stuff, but it's not the backgrounds what's important. It's the main character. It's the main initial image, right? You have 3 seconds of somebody's attention. Here, look at that. Right? You look at all these beautiful pieces. Oh, God, I follow so many amazing artists that make me want to quit. Like, oh, you guys are so good. Like, how are you that smart and that talented? Oh, so many great artists out there. Dang. So many. And once again, it makes me want to give up, but I'm like, whatever. I just have to remember, I'm not the worst artist. Definitely not the best, but definitely not the worst. So, you keep that positive outlook. Keep you going, guys. Keep you going. All right. Well, shoot. I have to get back to work. I gotta figure out, I got to get some work done today. But I definitely thank you for everybody's time. Always super fun to connect with everybody in the mornings. Really enjoying doing these. I really enjoy that you guys enjoy them. Even if it's just a few of you. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Tomorrow, like I say, man, every day I'll have one. And they probably won't be, once again, fading out of the whole heartbreak thing, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not letting this person rule my world. Whatever their loss. Like if I'm so bad, whatever. Let them find happiness in somebody else. They deserve it. But definitely teach me a lesson not to give my heart up so easily to the next person. I got to work harder for it. I think that's what the problem was. I knew that person's pattern of behavior, and I should have been more dialed in with my heart. Because unfortunately, I knew this was going to happen. I had my intuition. I should have been really paying attention to my intuition, which, another lesson learned. And if you guys have intuitions, pay attention to them, man. You have them for a reason. That sixth sense. I don't know why we don't talk about that more often in society. So listen to your intuition. Don't make somebody your source of happiness. Make yourself happy. Not by, don't do it. Hurt somebody else, just whatever makes you happy. It could be crocheting, whatever it is. Find your happiness. Intention and communication is always really, really, really good. It's really important, and try not to hurt everybody that comes in your life just because you're hurting, right? Don't have insecurities. Ruin your good time, man. Yeah. And don't forget, people have patterns of behavior. Everybody does. And don't try to change somebody if they don't want to be changed. You can only help. You only can push, right? You can only push. Say, hey, this might help you, but I still love you regardless if you're doing these things that I might not agree with because everybody's struggling. So, all right, everybody. Let's see. I gotta sign it. Oh my goodness, I have two of them. Oh, makes up for the other day, right? Like Sunday, I didn't do one. Yay. All right. There you go. And this one, holding it together. All right, everybody. Here's my two. Hope you guys enjoy them. All right. So be good to yourselves so you can be good to others. See you tomorrow.